Is back in session, and on the docket today, a Michigan man facing jail time now after he tried to make a citizen's arrest of a police officer. The man apparently losing it after he says he saw the cop driving without a seatbelt on, and that's not all. Listen.
You are required by law to wear your seatbelt. Put your damn seatbelt on. Pull it over. Pull your vehicle over. You understand me now? Who the hell do you think you are? Pull your ass over.
The man behind the attempted citizen's arrest is now set to go to trial on this 2 months from now. No plea deal could be reached, but he's been charged with reckless driving. Joining me now, David Wohl, former prosecutor, now defense attorney, and Brian Claypool, the same. Gentlemen, welcome. So this is this man. He very unhappy, very unhappy. His name is Stephen McLean. He's 60 years old. And he says the cop was violating all sorts of laws. And so, Brian, did he have the right to try to make a citizen's arrest?
Megan, wait a minute. There's a newsflash. The verdict actually came in. The judge found him guilty and sentenced him to 30 days in my 7-year-old little girl's etiquette and manners class. That's what he got sentenced to. That's a proper sentence.
He's only kidding.
Oh,
because they are going to trial, which is nuts. I mean, this is nuts. Have you ever?
Oh, wait a minute.
He's charged with reckless driving. He shows up the other day for a court hearing, and they're going to trial. They're going to have a jury trial on whether he was guilty of the guy who is accusing the cop.
Sorry about that. Back to the legal issue. No, he can't make a citizen's arrest. I checked the Michigan statute. The only time you can make a citizen's arrest, Megan, is if a felony is committed in your house, or you see a felony being committed in the public, or a police officer asks you to assist in apprehending a suspect. None of those things happened here. He had no right to carry out a citizen's arrest. So
what, David? He can just, so the police can just drive with impunity, and they can, according to, Mr. McLean, the cop was speeding, wasn't wearing his seatbelt, and was endangering a canine, a dog who was in the back of his vehicle.
Yeah, Mr. McLean's just looking out for the folks, Megan, and in this case, law enforcement. He's got a tremendous concern for their safety. Look, was this a little overzealous? Yes, but thankfully, he didn't do a pit maneuver. He didn't lay down spike strips. I mean, he used his camera, Megan, and you think this had something to do with a YouTube moment? If I had to guess, I'd say yes. But in Michigan, there's reckless driving, and there's careless driving. Now, was he engaging in reckless driving, endangering the safety of others or himself? I mean, I don't think so. Was it careless? Possibly.
I don't think he was looking for a YouTube moment, because the reports say that this guy drives around taking pictures of cops who aren't wearing the seatbelts. He's got like 60 other incidents of doing this, 30 or 60, I can't remember the number, but a lot. So he's not looking for attention. This is a real issue for him. And listen how angry he is. Let's play soundbite number 1. Listen.
Okay.
When the light turned green, he took off at such a high rate of speed, and I can see it was a K9 unit. So I was concerned for the possibility of a dog being inside. I said, "Sir, you need to wear your seatbelt." And he started laughing. It set me off. It really made, I was mad as hell.
So, I mean, does it amount to, Brian, but does it amount to reckless driving for him to do it?
Megan, he was looking out his window
while
he's talking to this police officer. Well, the police officer's reacting to him. He initiated. You can't drive a car.
He was reacting to the police officer not wearing the belt and going too fast with the dog in the back.
Look. I think the bigger issue is here. I'm going to send McLean an email after the show is over, and I'm going to give him a list of some community service organizations that he can volunteer to help with, because he's got way too much time on his hands.
Megan, you know what?
The rules apply to all of us, do they not, David? As I read the rules, the police get all sorts of exceptions for the traffic rules when they're in pursuit and they have their sirens on. Now, this wasn't that situation. How do we hold them accountable?
He wasn't speeding. Right? He wasn't speeding. There were no sirens on. The same laws that apply to you, me, and Brian applied to him. He was not wearing his seatbelt. And also, Megan, he was not trying to affect the citizen's arrest here. He said he was trying to stop the officer, and had the officer not been complying with the law, he was going to call the police department and ask them to come over and possibly effect the citation.
He was trying to get a cop arrest.
So this is a good
inspired by a citizen.
Neighborhood watch on the road.
Well, 90 days in jail would be a whopper for this guy. We'll wait to see how the trial goes. Guys, thanks for being here. We'll be right